Let's continue on with the disassembly of the rear axle for the Land Rover Series 2A88. In the first video we've just removed the the drive flanges on either side and the drum brake you can see over there on that side, as the drum brake on this side wasn't in position anyway. As I said beforehand, with this vehicle there seems to be a lot of things that were loose. I suspect that it was a disassembly parts vehicle, or perhaps someone was attempting to rebuild it. But anyway, we'll continue on. So, time to take out both of these drive flanges, and the way we do that is you'll see that there's a lock washer there behind that's been bent inwards and outwards. The same applies to the Land Rover Discovery and Defenders. So it's a matter of just prying those out so it's flush. This side here is fine, we can leave that as it is. This one that we need to bend back so we can take this nut off. Once we take that nut off, we can take the lock washer out, and then we can continue with the rest of it. I'll attempt to do only one side. Well, I will do one side, I won't do the other because effectively it's exactly the same. So let's start off with this side. There's more light here for the camera. And what I'll do now is just gently pry that back out. Okay, so we're saying, alright. Now I do have a proper nut remover, yes. So I'll go and get that now. So there's the proper tool for the job. Because I've done these a number of times, I figure I might as well just get the right tool. Alright, so unfortunately, because the entire axle is off the vehicle, I just couldn't get any luck using the original tool. So the next option was to use a pair of these and just gently pry it around. So that did the job, but unfortunately, yeah, even using the right tools sometimes you can't. If it was on the vehicle, I don't think I would have had any issue, but the entire axle wanted to keep rotating. So anyway, there you go. I still prefer to use something like this over a screwdriver, you know, hammering it on the edges. I think that's a bit of a bastardization, but anyway, we're here now. Right, next steps are to get this out gently. There we go. And you can see there's a tang there, and that goes into that groove there. Okay, so there's only one way to go, and of course the reason for that is to stop the entire lot spinning. Right, now we've got the other one, and this is the one here that's nice and loose. Well, when I say loose, it's tightened to have the correct play on the bearing. Okay, so generally there's not much pressure that's put on there. So as soon as I loosen it, the whole hub becomes loose. Okay, so that's why you've got the inner and outer nuts, because one's for preloading the bearing and the other one's for locking the entire thing in. Right, so that's it. So we've got the three components. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these all in little sandwich lock bags so they don't get dirty. Okay, so get them in there and locked up so we don't get any dirt in there. And now the next thing is to slowly remove that. Right, we'll check that in a minute. Now over here there's going to be that external seal there, which is really dirty. That's going to be replaced, and you've got the inner bearing there. You can just see that where it says SKF. So I'm hoping that all of that is going to be clean enough. So what I need to do now is, as I said, remove that outer seal. I'll put that here. That's what it looks like. So it's quite a tough outer shell, like I was saying, but then you've got this internal seal here, which is what actually seals the oil from coming back out. So that landing is there, like that. So generally, I think if you get all oil all over the brakes, it's because this is what's failed, this seal here. Now I can see here that there's a bit of scoring, so that doesn't look too good at all. But before we get to that, let's remove this. We'll remove that bearing and then we'll put it into a Ziploc bag. What's important here is if you're not going to replace the bearings because they're in good order, the only other thing that might stuff you up anyway is this. Now on my one here, unfortunately, you can see how there's marks on that outer shell there. So unfortunately that has to be replaced, and I suspect it's due to it sitting down, and you can see here as well there's some marks there. I mean, I can't catch it with my nail, but that's definitely gone through the case hardening, I suspect. So that's fine. Got to do what we've got to do. So if that's the case, then we're going to have to tap out both of those, and it's actually quite a fairly easy process to do. Again, what you need to do is have a long screwdriver and working on the opposite ends. So let's just say that's like that. I need to get the screwdriver on the shoulder and work my way around so that pops out this way. So screwdriver pushing down on that side, and then once you pop that side out, you turn the whole unit around, and then you do the same thing. You start hammering it from that face outwards. That's it. Now a little tip here, always keep one of these from each, because when you in future press the new race in, you can use this to initially bring it and set it in home and hammer on the old one, therefore protecting the surface of the new one. Got it? Now we have a hub with no bearing in it. So now I can go ahead and clean that one.